So, hello, Emil. It's nice to have you here. And yes, you are doing the very popular pod Eurovision Legends.
Yes, I am.
Yes, so that's very cool. We have heard so many interesting episodes with Eurovision Legends that we all remember and some that we maybe had forgotten about. You made them stars again. That's very nice.
I hope so.
Yes. Tell me, how did all this start?
Well, I started a podcast because Eurovision last year got cancelled, and
Mm.
I had so many funny things planned in Rotterdam last year. Both interviews for Schlagervännerna, the Swedish podcast I'm throwing, and other stuff. And I actually missed this kind of podcast myself. I wanted to hear this myself. I wanted to know what Taichi, how her memories were from Yugoslavia in 1990, and why Mando, the Greece one in 2003, I believe, why she show her belly button. And well, if Baccara regret the Melodifestivalen participation in 2004, for example. So I made a list of 100 guests I would like to talk to. And it was artists, composers, hosts, and conductors. And then I mailed 50 of them. And a month later, I have recorded 25 episodes. So then it was up and running.
Yeah, and then it just continued like that.
Yeah.
And you very fast become like the number 2nd most popular pod.
Yes, in Sweden. Yeah.
That's quite amazing.
Actually, yes. And I've seen the lists because every week I got a list from I don't know the source, but it's from somewhere, and I've seen that from every week there's always like 5 or 3 new countries that Eurovision Legends peak the charts in.
It's cool. So I can imagine because you have got a lot of positive feedback from
listeners.
Yes,
absolutely.
Maybe also some people they were like just a little, the regular interest in Eurovision, but maybe some people become more interested in the whole subject.
I hope so. And do you know what a funny thing is that in the United States and Mexico, for instance, for example, because I made sometimes I go in and see the statistics for the podcast. And I remember that I published the statistics in December on Instagram. And number 1 is United States. And number 4 is Mexico. And United States and Eurovision doesn't exist in the United States or Mexico.
No.
So I believe the interest there is huge. And it's not, of course, not because of my podcast. I believe it's because of the Eurovision movie that was released last year. Probably.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Yeah, cool. So, because you started this pod, and what do you do else in life? Because you obviously don't work full time with this pod.
You can be, well,
even if you wanted to.
I don't know how many hours I put on this podcast, but I'm a hairdresser and makeup artist.
Yeah. So the whole thing with like starting to do interviews and also doing this in English and editing, everything was quite new for you also.
Yeah, but I knew how to edit because I had done it before in Schlagervännerna.
Yeah.
But I had never talked in English before. I talk in English when I go abroad. That's why. So that was pretty new for me. But I felt that I wanted to do this so much. And so I felt, well, okay, if I made a fool of myself, who cares?
No,
I don't care. It's okay.
It's cool, like that you like to challenge yourself also. So
yes, Yes.
You don't care what other people think.
But otherwise, you can't go anywhere.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how life is.
Yeah. So was it difficult when you started to get in touch with all those people from the past, Eurovision stars, and some quite forgotten?
Well, from the beginning, I just sent a mail on Facebook to them, actually. But nowadays, I usually contact their management and sometimes fans of the podcast contact me and want to contact them because of maybe I knew maybe they know someone who knows someone or something like that. And actually sometimes the artists contact me myself.
Oh, that's really cool.
And that's the best.
Is it so? Maybe sometimes it can be like they're too desperate, perhaps.
Well, yeah, but I haven't had that till now. But I don't hope, and I really don't hope that will happen. Because it would be hard to say no to someone. Because I don't believe that everyone belong in Eurovision Legends.
That's true. Can be so. So, is it some artists you are especially proud of having in the show, or been very difficult to reach?
I'm proud of Edyta Górniak, I must say, because she's the biggest artist in Poland, and I can tell you that 120,000 people have listened to that episode. So I'm very proud of that. I'm also proud of talking to Katrina from Katrina and the Waves, because he trusted me so much and revealed everything from Dublin.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm proud of them all, actually. Yeah, I am.
So what will your dream guest be in the future?
Besides Celine Dion and ABBA?
Yeah.
I really hope I can convince Cliff Richard that this is a good, that he would trust me. I have talked to him and he's not sure that he wants to take part. And a funny thing is that I really hope that I can convince Baby Doll from Yugoslavia 1991 too, because I have talked to her on phone several times, and she's funny, and her English is perfect. But well,
she don't want to be too connected with
exactly.
Strange.
And that's the problem with many of them. Bonnie Tyler too.
Yeah,
she would like to take part and talk about her other music, but she don't want to talk about Eurovision. So that's a problem. I would say it's easier to get one that had conquer Eurovision, that got top 3 place on the podium. The hardest thing is to talk to the losers.
Yeah,
because they want to forget it. Yeah,
I see. Yeah, that's maybe not. Maybe that's not so strange, perhaps.
probably.
Yeah. Has there been an? I know that you have had a lot of them, but any particular aha moments where you gain a lot of new information you didn't know about at all?
Maybe I will go back to Edyta Górniak, because she told us in the podcast that she tricked the Polish TV because she didn't like the song that they presented for her. So she instead asked a composer to write a new song. So when the Polish TV visited her to hear how she had arranged her song, she instead sang another song. And that was, I didn't know about that at all, and she had never told anyone about it before. So that was a funny thing. It was funny, and also
That's
aha.
the story there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and also you said aha moment.
Mm.
I think about Katrina and the Waves because I've always wondered why she stand on the stage and looked like this.
Mm.
And that's because she only had one shoulder pad.
Mm.
So that was a funny thing.
Yeah.
Kano, the Norwegian group, let me play the original demo of the song. And that was without a joik. It was a rap instead. So Kano was a dance group with rap from the beginning. It was not a dance group with joik from the beginning.
And then they found Fred.
Yeah.
Was Fred?
No. Fred was in from the beginning.
Okay.
Because Fred was a rapper.
Yes, I think I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. But the best thing, and this is really a promotion here to listen to my podcast. Listen to the episode with Ismeta Dervos, who was the head of delegation for Bosnia for several years, especially in the beginning of in the 90s, because she tells us about a dangerous trip from Bosnia to Ireland, because in the 90s the competition was always hosted in Ireland, and she told us when she traveled there with fake visas on their passports. And a really brave woman, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds like a very interesting episode to listen to. So thank you. And I advise everyone here watching this that haven't listened to the Eurovision Legends pod yet to start listening to it immediately.
Me too.
Yes. I heard that you have quite a lot of tempo also now. You do maybe even 2 or 3 recordings a week, and you publish at least 1 episode a week.
Yeah. And sometimes I have done actually 4 interviews on one day. I had Anne-Marie David at 11 o'clock. I had Jonas Rasmussen at 12 o'clock. I had, well, I don't remember the other ones actually right now, but I had 4 interviews, and all of them were exactly after the other ones. And sometimes, but of course, then I didn't do any other episodes or other interviews for some weeks. But well, you had to grab them when they can.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, of course, it's a good advice.
Yeah.
So I see also that you are sitting in your own baroque castle. What is the style of your home?
Well, I would call it Victorian.
Victorian style, okay.
In Swedish we say Oscariansk because our king then, Oscar II. But in England it was Victoria who ruled United Kingdom. So it's much fabric and tassels and stuff. Yeah. Knickknacks.
I would otherwise have expected like a Melfest pinkish style of your home, but no, you have chosen another style. Yeah,
I'm sad to disappoint you.
I know that you have been in a Swedish reality show also.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's I get shy when I'm going to talk about my home, because I'm of course proud of it, but it's so I understand that people think it's so strange, and I put so much energy to build it like this, but I'm very proud of it. But yeah, a huge interest about it.
It's cool. It seems like you put a lot of effort in the things you're really interested in. So
yeah.
So I hope with all the millions you earn from the podcast, you will buy yourself a big castle.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
And I promise that I will throw a big party and everyone is invited.
Cool. And will we see Celine Dion perform at the party?
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so. I can assure that Bacca will come.
Yeah, good. Which one? Which version of the backgrounds?
The best version.
Yeah, there's also some episode I can recommend when you interview Backer and they tell the story which version is which and who that become.
Yeah,
That's
big
quite quick
mess.
and I don't remember it now. I had
Me
to listen
neither.
to it several times to like understand all the terms and that's a special story. Yeah, Backer is which. Yeah, cool. So yes, so to everyone, where is the easiest way to find your pod?
Well, it's on all podcast platforms in the world. You can hear it on Spotify. You can hear it on YouTube.
Good.
In Sweden, I believe Acast is the biggest one, and Acast is doing my podcast. But it's on all podcast platforms.
So you just type when you search Eurovision Legends, and you find all the episodes.
Yes.
Which episode should you start with for a beginner?
Ooh.
So don't get lost. Maybe like you don't. Is it the first one, or should they start with another?
I would recommend to listen from the beginning and listen to them all, of course.
Yeah.
But the first episode I made, it was actually not the first one I made, but the first one I released was with Itzhak Cohen, the winner for Israel 1978, who later came back for Israel in 1985. And it is good. I'm still proud of that actually. But if you would have a good laugh and only want to listen to one episode, listen to Barbie Sucks or Katrina and the Waves.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Because I hope that you will be addicted to the podcast and want to listen to more.
Very good. Good advices, and we hope that you get a lot of new listeners.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes. Okay. So So what are you looking forward for most right now?
I'm looking forward to hear looking forward to hear good songs for Eurovision 2022 to 2021. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm forward ahead.
Yes.
No, but I'm looking forward to good songs for 2021. And I really, really hope that we will go to Lithuania next year. I really hope that they will win. I haven't heard the all songs yet because they haven't been released. But I love Lithuania song. That's a banger.
Yes, let's hold our thumbs for that.
Yeah.
It'll be really certainly great. Okay, Emil. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Nice to speak to you, and hopefully we will speak soon again. And otherwise, we will also keep on listening to your pod, of course. So keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.